Tonight, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports.
Versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Now the rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week: 18 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, May with it. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
This is taken at the 15. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
But first down, Hurts. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Dolphins hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Williams, the man in motion left. Throwing is Hurts. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 32-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
And this is an offense that's number 1 in the NFL in rushing, and you know that has to be the focus of any game plan defensively. But they can throw it, too, as evidence right there. And they move the chains here on this opening drive.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That good for 22 and a first down. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
First and goal from the 6. Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On the ground, it's the rookie from Tennessee. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
About a half yard from the end zone, third and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tip Ryman with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Escaping a tackler at the 25. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They go play action now. May. Short pass caught by Henry. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down is May. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And nowhere he's stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's Williams on the catch. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
You look at this Patriots defense.
They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Hurts throw caught by his receiver, Hill.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
That's going to be caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
His second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. New England trying to get a place on offense.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive.
And bulldozing his way through. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On first down, here's May. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Still going inside the 20.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. On the ground, this is Devon Achane.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
On first down, back to Achane.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of him.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run. So
into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. In motion, Hill. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it, and the Patriots are going to take over here up near the 40. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Now May on 1st down.
Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Dolphins will take over possession here up at the 44.
So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. In motion, Hill. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Jamison Williams
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And the rout is on here in this first half.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
A run there with Mostert as he'll push this forward and call it a 4-yard gain on 1st down. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Mostert.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8.
Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Hurts throw going into the hands of Williams.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Juwan Bentley, and the Pats will take him. Over here at their own 12-yard line.
Absolutely a golden opportunity.
They'll start on the ground with Wright. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. On first down, they'll stay with Wright on the ground.
And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
In motion left, Hill.
They'll throw now on the final play. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL.
And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. But Jamison Williams out onto the field. His guys take over on offense. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
Though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover.
Has a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. They go play action with Hurts. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you, because it seems to be working pretty well.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation in a 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Play action. Here's Hurts.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Hurts going to move him around.
70 Ranger.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. That one completes him again. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 24-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
The partner still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
And he's going to take this down close to the first as he's brought down at the Patriots 16. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Tip Ryman.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
It's Hill, complete. And they'll get to him right away at the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
2nd down and 4.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards. So the new weapon just picked up via the trade, making an impact here right away.
And what you like about getting guys who catch passes, you don't have to spend a lot of time in the playbook. You just tell them to dial up a route and get the ball in their hands.
In motion right, that's Williams. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Got a man, that's Leggett.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
2nd and 7. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Now Hurts changing up the play. Here's Mostert.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Dolphins extend their lead yet again.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Dolphins on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll bring a tight end in motion. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England's offense set to go. Now they'll change things around before the snap. In motion left goes a tight end. They go play action here on first down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Patriots are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
On play action, they'll throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner.
Okay, ready? Get that Cougar 19. 79 Broncos.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man down the field. That's Ligon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
That one complete to Ligon.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down.
Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
18 Radwood. 18 Radwood.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Got a man. That's Ligon.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 12-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. And that pick six a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession fourth-quarter lead. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. They'll try and run here with Mostert. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal.
He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Now the Patriot.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Miami, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.